As everybody I'm sure is aware by now, Donald Trump has fired the Bureau of Labor Statistics chief statistician, Erica McIntarfer. Dr. Erica McIntarfer, by the way. So, Dr. McIntarfer is gone. Donald Trump and his administration have made clear that they want their own person in charge. You know, somebody that's not going to skew the numbers to make Donald Trump look bad, which is what they're claiming Dr. McIntarfer did, even though that didn't happen. What actually happened was reality came back to bite Donald Trump right on the rear end. His horrid economic policies finally caught up to him. And I say finally, but honestly, it kind of happened in record time. So this is just the reality of an idiot being in the White House. It's not because McIntarfer was a part of the deep state. As Republican Representative Aaron Houchin said this weekend, it's because the economy is garbage. So they're going to now start cooking the books to make sure that everything works out in Trump's favor, and that we basically become another Greece or Argentina, where for a long time both of those countries altered their economic data to make the rest of the world think they were doing great. And then, of course, both countries effectively went bankrupt. That is the path the United States is now on. More on that in just a second, but first, a quick word from today's video sponsor. By now, you know Trump's big, beautiful bill has passed. But almost no one's reporting how ICE will get nearly $40 billion of our tax money each year, making it the most heavily funded law enforcement agency in U.S. history. That's more money than most nations spend on their entire military. So much of our media is either missing the worst of this bill or twisting the language so you think it's all in your best interest. But we've seen the ICE raids ramping up. Now Trump's openly threatening to deport U.S. citizens. This should be the biggest story in America, yet it's buried. Making ground news essential right now is what all of this is doing. They're the only tool I've found exposing these blind spots in the media. By gathering the world's news in one place, organizing it by story, then analyzing just how far right and radical each unbiased source actually is, you get way more context than you ever would anywhere else. If we're being honest, we've seen Trump's power grabs throughout history. They said never again, and that means never again everywhere. And right now, it's happening here. So if you want to stay ahead on immigration, the economy, or simply finding the stories missing from your news feeds, Ground News has you covered. Their app and website is a smarter, more reliable way to stay informed at a time when MAGA is banking on us to stay distracted. So I've partnered with them to get you 40% off the same Vantage plan that I have been using. That comes out to $5 a month for unlimited access to everything I've mentioned and so much more. Just go to ground.news/Farron or scan the QR code to subscribe. With at least another 4 years of this, we can't afford to miss these details. So here's the danger about what Donald Trump is doing. And as I said, you had White House Economic Council Director Kevin Hassett declared, quote, "The president wants his own people there so that when we see the numbers, they're more transparent and more reliable," which is Orwellian doublespeak. What that means is we only want people to see good things, not bad things, so we're going to make it all look good, even if it is bad. You know, transparency, they say, but in reality, it's hiding the real numbers and giving us some fake ones. But the "he wants his own people there" is all the evidence you need to know that we can no longer trust the economic statistics coming out of this White House. And that's where the problem emerges, according to economists. Here's why. These numbers that whoever is in charge of the administration releases every month are the numbers that Wall Street relies on for investments. They're the numbers that businesses rely on to make decisions about the future. Do we expand? Do we shrink? Do we hire people? Do we lay people off? Let's see what the economy is doing. Every sector relies on this economic data that comes out of the administration. Democratic administrations, Republican administration, doesn't matter. They all rely on it. And if they can no longer trust the numbers, which is what they're telling us, like from now on, we're not going to be able to trust the numbers. We're going to assume it's always worse than what's going to come out in the future. And that's probably a good way to operate. They're not going to be able to make those decisions. So instead, they're going to err on the side of caution. They're not going to hire new people. They're not going to expand. They're not going to invest in anything new because they don't know what the risk will be. But it's not just American companies or Wall Street. It's foreign investors. Hundreds of billions of dollars worth of foreign investment comes into this country every single year, both in the form of, stock market and bond purchases, things like that, but also in the form of foreign companies coming to build in the United States, right? Wasn't that part of Donald Trump's grand trade deal? These countries are going to come in and pour in hundreds of billions of dollars. Of course, most of them already admitted we can't actually do that because we don't have the money, but now they're going to be even less likely to do it because of how horrible the U.S. economy is. And that is what the jobs report is a reflection of. 14,000 jobs in June, 17,000 in May. Those are the worst non-crisis time numbers we have seen in my lifetime. But this is where we are now. And we're not going to have any accurate economic numbers from the Trump administration moving forward. Whether it's jobs, whether it's unemployment, whether it's people on federal assistance, or even GDP growth. None of that is something we'll be able to trust moving forward. And I pointed out last week when they released the second quarter GDP and we miraculously grew by 3.0%. I said, there's no way. And I'm right. We did not grow at 3%. I don't think we grew at all. I do believe this economy, if we had real numbers, would definitely be classified as in a recession. Tourism is falling, so that industry is suffering tremendously. Manufacturing is suffering. The only industry that's not is healthcare. And just wait until the Medicaid cuts officially go into effect. Then healthcare industry is going to suffer. Then they're going to lose a ton of jobs. And that'll be it. That'll be the last sector that was doing well that starts doing poorly. And it's all because of Donald Trump and the Republicans that are enabling him in the House and Senate. They did this to us, and now they're so panicked and freaked out about it that they're going to start covering it up. Donald Trump's temper tantrum, where he fired Dr. Erica McIntyre, has the potential to wreck the U.S. economy for years and years to come. Thanks for watching today, everybody. And don't forget, if you're not already, please do subscribe to this channel. We have fresh content going up every single day, and I would really hate for you to miss out on that. And speaking of missing out, if you're not following me across all other social media outlets, then get on it. You can follow the links in the description of this video.